Hey peeps, and welcome to another Ice82 review. We have got a Class 70 review for you today. I know I said I wouldn't do a Class 70 because it's Freightliner and I'm not really interested in Freightliner, but the reason I'm doing it is because it's been sent in to me by my good friend Dan. I'll put his Twitter link in the video description below if you want to go and introduce yourself to him. He's a really great guy, knows loads about trains. Honestly, really salt of the earth guy, love him to bits. And he sent this Class 70 to Crew Works, which is a beautiful example, by the way. It's very lovely, very nicely weathered, look at that. He sent it in because he wants it chipping. He wanted a DCC chip putting inside it. Now, it's a 21-pin DCC chip that needs to go in this, but it gets interesting because Dan said that he wants it to work with his Hornby Select controller. Now, the Hornby Select controller isn't the best controller in the world, it has to be said. In fact, it's quite poor because it's not really NMRA compliant. It's kind of a bit out there on its own. I think you can download firmware updates that make it work much better, which make it behave. But it is a bit of an awkward controller to use, many people will agree. Having said that, it's dead cheap, it does the job, it's really easy to reprogram locos on, and it's a great way to get into DCC, so I can't knock it too much. To put a chip in here that's going to work with the Hornby Select controller, I've gone for this one. I've gone for this one. This is a lock, no, not lock sound. I keep thinking it's lock sound because of the lock decoder. It's Lenz. It is. Yeah, there we go. Digital plus lock decoder by Lenz. So it's a Lenz Silver 21. Okay, that's the particular chip that's gone into this model. And the reason this has gone in, and it's a really nice chip. It's look, £26 5p. I think it came from Trident Trains actually. It was recommended to me by Richard at Trident Trains. He said that this chip is fantastic. It's probably one of the highest quality chips out there you can get. Oh, excuse me, I'm losing my voice. I'm just on the back end of a cold. Anyway, so yeah, he says that this basically is one of the best chips you can get. If this doesn't work with the Hornby Select, nothing will, basically. So this, yeah, fingers crossed, everything should be fine. But this is the 21-pin DCC decoder that has been inserted into this Class 70 to make it digital. Okay, I'll put that to one side. Oh, and there's the blanking plate that came out of the Class 70. I'll send that back with everything else to Dan, just in case he ever wants to put the blanking plate back in. Okay, so what do we know about this? Well, it's by Bachmann, obviously. It's going to be a very high quality model. It's the new style packaging where the loco is sealed away in a block of ice. I love how that's caught on, that's so ace. Okay, it's model number just there, Class 70, number 5. And it's Freightliner weathered, 21-pin DCC. Now, they were made by General Electric, which is an American company based in Connecticut, I think, although the Class 70s were actually built in Erie, Pennsylvania. General Electric is an absolutely huge company, colossal, and one of its founders was Thomas Edison. Yeah, the guy who did all that light bulb and telegraph stuff. I wonder what he'd make of this today. They built 30 of them. They dropped one, but we'll come back to that. They're Cocoa. Not Cocoa Pops, they're Cocoa wheel arrangement. I love this. Basically, every single axle is powered. So, powered. Motors on each axle. That's what Cocoa means, basically. Top speed of about 75 miles per hour, but you rarely see them going at that sort of speed because they're usually hauling huge freight trains. And when I mean huge, I mean huge. They are incredibly strong. They have a tractive effort of about 120,000 pounds. That is a lot of force. Seriously, that is an astronomical amount of strength. It's just incredible. There are 2 operators currently in the UK, as far as I know. There's Freightliner, and there's also Colas Rail. Now, I haven't got a model of a coalesce rail. In fact, I've not seen one. I know there's photos circulating around the internet. I don't know if you can actually get an official model or whether they're just resprays. I'm not sure. So please comment below and clean that one up for me. Yeah, it's not been out that long, but already it's had quite a few accidents. Sorry, just had to pause there as a Lancaster bomber flew over and then a car alarm went off. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so it's had quite a bit of a history already in that 3 of them have been involved in accidents already. I know. Basically, when deliveries of these were taking place, one of them, I can't remember what number it was, but one of them, I think it was either 5 or 8. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. But one of them was dropped. One of them, when the crane was lifting it out of the ship, part of the lifting mechanism failed and it fell about 20 feet back into the ship, and obviously that did irreparable damage. The whole thing had to be sent back to the United States. So that was fun. Another one several years later caught fire whilst it was hauling a train. Just flames burst, flames erupted inside the engine compartment. And then actually, very, very recently, this year, 2016, and this has literally just happened, one of these derailed. It had a crash. I think it ran into another train, an engineering train or something, and actually ended up off the tracks. I think you'll find that in all cases the error is rarely down to the loco. It's usually human error or something else, some other piece of machinery. It's rarely down to the loco. So don't feel too sad. Don't feel too sad. You're still a really cool loco. So I do like the Class 70 because, and if I just open the packaging, it reminds me of a Class 58. It does, honestly. I'll show you why in a second. So let's lift out the block of ice and have a quick gander at what you get inside. As I say, this isn't mine. This is all Dan's. I'm just chipping it for him. So Freightliner Class 70 power haul, diesel locomotive, replacement parts. When ordering parts, please blah 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 blah. Oh, something about sound. Okay. Oh yeah, location of loudspeaker for aftermarket sound. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it'd be really cool to hear what a sound Class 70 is like. Body removal. Control of the lights with DCC. There's a little switch on the bottom apparently, so we'll see if we can test out the lights later. So that's all very nice. I don't know if the loco has been run in, but I will give it a running in just in case. I'm not too sure. And it's starting to rain, but I'm going to continue. Right, let's take off this sleeve. Okay, just push all of that out of shot. Okay, so we've got some details just here. I don't need to detach them, I don't think. Yeah, there's some extra little bits of detail, some tubing, piping, maybe a spare coupler. Are they air dams? Is that an air dam? Could be. Yep, I think it probably is. Maybe to go on the front. Yes, looks like it. Anyway, that's not my job, and that's not what I've been asked to do. So, carefully lifting the Class 70 out of the packaging, putting it to one side. There we go. Now you see, look, this is why they remind me of a Class 58, because you basically have these cabs at each end, and then like a sort of a thin, narrow body in the middle. And I really like them because of that. They really remind me of the Class 58. Okay, yes, the rain's really picking up, but I'm going to continue. Okay, weathering. This comes pre-weathered, courtesy of Bachmann, I think. You can see that there's definitely weathering. I mean, look all around the grills there. I don't know if they spin. It'd be so cool if those fans spin, but I don't know if they're going to. We'll have to see. So yeah, there's weathering all around them, and then there's grime and dirt all around the face of the logo, basically. Just look at that. All around the buffers, underneath the cab, on the wheel bogies. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's an incredibly detailed model. In fact, you have to be really rather careful with it because you've got these very delicate handrails just here and here. They're plastic, they're not metal. There's these as well. Yep, sorry, I just had to hold it out of shot for a second. So there's basically handrails everywhere on this thing. You've got to be really careful where you hold it because you don't want your thumbs to just crush any of these handrails and snap them or anything. Oh gosh, I was wondering where the door was. The door to the cab is just here and there, but they do not open. There are window wipers, which look really good. I'm guessing those are the light clusters, so I'm hoping to see those lit up in a bit. And then we've got the buffers here, which are sprung. Look at that. That's incredible. I didn't think they were going to be sprung. Gosh, I'm not having much luck filming this today, am I? Okay, so rain, planes, sirens, car alarms, the phone, and now the neighbour is shoveling coal. Right, anyway, carrying on. Basically, the thing is absolutely full to the brim with detail. It honestly is just stunning. This whole centre unit here looks a little bit odd. I don't know if it's genuinely supposed to look like that in real life, but to me it just looks like something's missing. It probably isn't. In fact, just look at the way they've put these cylinders on the bottom. That makes it look very realistic. And then there's all these different little micro switches for your lighting options. So you can choose whether to have the cab lights on or off. And I think that's really good. I think it's really good of Bachmann to do that. It gives you choice, doesn't it? In fact, let's just have a look at the wheels. The wheels, in fact, it looks like it has been on the track, I think. Only Dan will be able to confirm that. It does look like it's been on the rails. No traction tyres, I'm pleased to report. We don't want those, they're nasty, although sometimes necessary. Oh gosh, I've just noticed there's little ladders to help you get up into the cab. I can see pickups on all of these wheels, which is very, very good news. So I'm guessing it's going to be Bachmann's usual setup of a massive motor in the middle, twin flywheels, both bogies are powered. Excellent, that's what we want. NEM sockets, yes. You've got a NEM connector there with a dovetail connection to the actual bogie, and it is mounted to the bogie. I really don't have any comment on that. People complain when the coupling is mounted to the bogie, and they complain when the coupling is mounted to the loco. You can't win, honestly. You know, I'm with the manufacturers on this one. Whatever makes it easy, whatever keeps the costs down, I'm happy with. Some people, there's just no pleasing some people. Lots of nice weathering on the grills there, really do like that. I think it could be better. I think the weathering could be better. But then some people would disagree. I know loads of people that like them to be pristine. I do. I don't think that's realistic, to be honest, because in real life you rarely see them pristine. But hey, you know, each to their own. Whatever makes you happy. Right, let's get it running. Okay, so here we are over at the test part of the layout. Thanks for joining me. As you can see, I need to do a little bit of a vacuum. We've got little bits of coal soot absolutely all over the place from the neighbour's coal fire. And she's very politely said that she's absolutely not getting rid of it and she doesn't care. So that's nice. Right, carrying on. I'm going to load this class. Oh, hang on. Is the driver there? Yes, I can see the driver. Okay, so the driver is in the cab, and let's get all these wheels on the track. There we go. Right, the Hornby Select is switched on, it's connected, it's set to loco address number 3. Let's see if it moves. It does. It's moving in the wrong way, but it doesn't matter. At least it's moving. So Oh gosh, how do I work the functions now? I think I have to hold it down and then press a button. There we go. So we've got tail lights just there, and then if I press that, beautiful. Well, Dan, it's a success. Ta-da! This Digital Plus decoder by Lenz is brilliant and is working in a Bachmann loco controlled by a Hornby controller perfectly. Fantastic. So again, let's just get it rolling. That is a really nice mechanism. We have come to expect this from Bachmann, especially their diesels like this. I won't comment on the Voyager. I'm just not going to. But this particular locomotive is... Oh, just look at that. Honestly, in the viewfinder, it looks like, if you just squint slightly, it looks like a Class 58. Apart from the light cluster, obviously, but yeah, now it definitely doesn't look like a Class 58. But it does remind me of the Class 58. How slow can you go? How slow can you go? Pretty slow. Look at that. That's incredible. Oh, wow. Dan, I'm so jealous. This is a beautiful model. Is it enough to tempt me? I don't know. No, it's not. I just, honestly, I have no interest in Freightliner at all. They're okay. I think I'd rather a coalesce rail. So if someone would like to send a coalesce rail in, that would be amazing. But I'm definitely going to keep my eyes peeled for a coalesce rail. Okay, time to get it going. How smooth is this? Look, it's definitely, I'm not lying, it's a Hornby Select controller that is powering this. Isn't that just a beautiful mechanism? So smooth. I hope you're enjoying my my Stanley Kubrick style steady cam footage here. It's really hard to get footage like this, but I always try my best. I think we've just gone past a dead fly actually. It's fine, it's part of the scenery. Okay, as nice as it is that it handles low speed so well, it is taking rather a long time to get any footage at all, so I'm going to increase the speed a little bit. Okay, where is she? Oh, I hear her. Yeah, that's honestly, that's genuinely such a nice motor. Haulage test time. Okay, I've got my famous or infamous mega boxes absolutely loaded with rocks from the garden. No, literally, they're stones from the garden. Okay, so they're really heavy. The entire weight of this train comes to at least several kilos. So let's get the Class 70 to back up then. This isn't going to work. There's no actual connector. How odd! There's in the cab end where there's no driver. Oh no, there is. No, there isn't. There is literally no driver in that cab. But that cab there is, and that's the one with the coupler. Okay, well that's just silly. Right, I've swapped the loco around. I've literally done the whole hand of God thing, lifted it up and put it back down because it was just winding me up. So, wrong way. Oh no, it's actually technically the arrows are referencing the correct direction now. So let's just get in close and see if it auto couples. Yes, I think it... No, it hasn't. Take 227. Okay, we're coupled up and we are good to go. Right. Let's see if the model, Class 70, is as strong as its real-life counterpart. Yeah, it is. There's the proof. Piece of cake. This load is at least 3 kilos, if not more, and it's coping absolutely fine. Well, there you go, folks. A genuinely incredible model. Thank you, Dan, for sending it in.
This train terminates here. Please ensure that you take all your belongings with you when you leave the train. Thank you for travelling with us today.
Hey peeps, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to leave a comment, please give it a like, and if you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching.